Hi guys, welcome to episode 3 of Do You For You podcast. I'm your host Tracy Njuguna, and on the other side,
Signif. I think we'll continue with the Mathare story.
yeah.
Because we took a break after, I think to record for like 40 minutes. So I thought the continuation will be another episode.
Okay.
Tuliachia wapi?
Hey, tuliachia wapi? Where? Tuliachia wapi?
Sikumbuki, but I think I can explain now, like how I actually entered from the outpatient, now from ile inpatient.
You should explain. You kusema?
What actually went
Oh, okay.
because nilisema tu, I was admitted, but I feel I won't say everything because it was a combination of different situations and events. So that day I was being admitted as an outpatient. Lilingia usiku. So like tulikuwa huko at around 2 we were there. I'm like usiku. Ara inpatient year this year. I was still admitted usiku. There's something about kuadmitiwa usiku na rehab. Wale watu wanaadmitiwa usiku wanaletanga vita. That's why watu wanaadmitiwa usiku. Ukiletwa mchana, it's they can't handle you. So on that day, I hadn't slept for like 3 days. I was having a manic episode, like I was dancing.
What do
Within
you mean?
those 3 days, I did so many things. It was just ups and down. Now I wanted to release the shit I experienced as a kid. So nilienda shule and I was so emotional. And it's not really a good thing to say because I just felt I had to say something. Though that wasn't the right way to do it, but I just had to say it because there's some things that happen in your life and you just keep them in your heart and you feel like telling someone who doesn't even understand shit or who doesn't know why it happened, they will just judge you at the end of the day. So that's the reason I kept all this shit as a kid in my heart. And nilikuwa ule msee ushona wale watu yani, as a kid I had different personalities, but
What do you mean by different personalities?
like as a kid, kama bro wangu sasa hivi like 3 years, I had a different personality from the kid I was, the teenager kid I was. So the 3-year-old kid I was, my mom was telling me I was this rowdy person. My mom used to beat me like na slippers. Let's call your slippers na mpiga.
Ulikuwa unapiga mama?
Yeah, nilikuwa napiga mama manze. But I nilitulia, ya temper iliisha. Baada ya Wameru na temper, Wameru na temper.
Wewe ni Meru?
Mimi ni vaite mwenyewe. Yeah, so Wameru na temper. It just happens. Alafu there's this, unajua Wameru wako na temper. Now
Unajua leo?
Umejua leo?
Sikuwa
So
najua.
when anajua, now when you go to Meru, there are people in Meru who have more temper than other people. So like the part I'm from, ni place watu hata wanachinjana hata na visu. People are merciless. Ukienda kwa shamba ya miraa ya mtu anaweza kuchinja mbaya. Yeah, so yeah. As I continue to grow up as a kid, I developed this personality, a silent personality where I would just let things slide, and I didn't have to tell anyone shit. Because what the fuck are we talking about? Mind you, says my mom is like, she's been single for like the longest. Yani before my dad, there's nobody else I've ever seen in her life. So I was also frustrated in some way that I never had a father figure around me. Because my dad left us kitambo. He didn't live, but they just separated with my mom. So as a kid, I just developed this personality that my life is just different from everybody else's. Out of visiting, nakumbuka visiting is a primary, you know, my mom comes, my dad comes. But in the whole time, my mom and dad are not talking. Yeah. But yeah, differently. My dad has come on his own, my mom on his own, on her own. Alafu the whole time, my mom and dad are not talking, but I'm talking with them. You understand
that's
that
crazy.
dynamic? It's just crazy, man. So I had no reason to just tell people what was disturbing me. Unaelewa, I never had anyone to talk to.
Sorry.
Some shit happened. And I was like, okay, so I've moved on with life. Now, say niko high school, I'm in a good school. Nimenona, niko na kitambi. But those were just good signs that my mom was feeding me well. But what was going in my head?
She's still feeding you well.
Maybe sitaki kula sai. Yeah, so those are just signs that I was being fed well at home, but in my mind, I wasn't good. I was in a lonely place. Like, I couldn't feel like, there was a time I didn't even have emotions. Like, I was like, nimeuma biology. I'm like, it's nothing. I need to have emotions for small things, which was weird because biology, unaweza make effort at least to put a D minor. I didn't even make that effort. So I just lost taste of life, and this led me to develop a certain lifestyle where I was just procrastinating everything. What I do now is infanya kesho. Kuna cha kufanya sahi na hakuna mtu anahitaji hii kitu sahi. So I just procrastinated everything. Hata masomo, I didn't used to read. And long story short, I went into drugs. Because what's the other companion other than that blunt that will give you everything that a nigga won't, or a shorty won't? You know, there's some time you spend with the people. It just gives you different energy, manze, and I didn't have that. So at a holidays ikifika, yes, I did have friends around who wanted to do fun things, but I was still that introverted nigga. Taking me stacky. I was just like that, stacky. Yeah. So I went into drugs. That was after I turned 18. I had to make sure I was 18 because I knew this was a conscious decision I'm making. Using happened before, but the conscious decision to go into this shit, like, hey, cheki mi nilitime mahali mi nadai kutumia, like I want to go full blown on this shit. I want to know how to roll weed. I want to know everything about weed. I want to sell. So kuna time nilikuwa paid. I want to do everything about weed. And I made that conscious decision after finishing high school, though kuna time high school temptations. From 4, it just happened, but I didn't get high off weed. I got high off tea.
Okay.
Yeah, so from the first hit, I just felt good. Nakumbuka rooftops uko rooftops manze, uko hapo tu like ocean hizo rooftops za ulikuwa naishi hotels. Angekuwa na hostels bwana, kulikuwa na view ingine tamu usiku. So I remember there's a time I just felt so good. And I started thanking God for being alive because it feels so good. It just feels so good. Yani, I got high mpaka tu nikapenda hiyo vibe kabisa. And that's the vibe I flowed with from that time. Yeah, so everywhere I go, I used to smoke. Apart from my dad's place, because
Why not your dad's?
It wasn't his house, first of all.
Whose house was it? But there's no need.
There's no need to say, okay. But it wasn't his house. So, kuna haja kusmoke kwa place. Okay. Yeah. So that was my new personality from then.
Chunga babako asisikize hii podcast. Chunga. Haya.
Najua kuna mtu atamtumia, but tunyamaza. So this was my new personality, and I used to hide it because remember all those feelings I had in primary, high school, I never used to tell anybody. So I was really good at hiding. Yeah, like inaweza kuwa high na utajua. Apart from the kunyanya tu utajua. Yeah, so I was really good at hiding it. Apart from the smell ndio ilikuwa inachachisha, but I used to change clothes every time. Yeah. And that day I was being admitted Mathare. All this shit was just coming to me because I'm really questioning everything. Like I'm like reliving my childhood in terms of my brain. Like my brain was like, this shit that happened this day wasn't supposed to happen. I'm all like, why did I do this? Why did I fall off with these friends? Why did I beat this guy?
Hey, you beat someone?
Hey, I had a really good friend was there tulipigana. I don't even remember what happened, but I just remember we fought. Tulikosana tu. So yeah, and all this shit just started coming up to me, and I'm like, okay, I just want to talk about it. And I had this best friend tumekaa naye kutoka first year hostels to meet the same hostel. So I really felt like this is the only person I know in life. Apart from my dad and mom, this is the only person I know. Not even the guy I was staying in Rongai. Your time nilikuwa nimehama Rongai. By the time I was being admitted in Mathare, I was in second year. Na sikuwa na hostels your time. Nilikuwa nimehama Rongai. So this guy was staying with. Alisema that he was looking for a house, but bado time. So nikasema okay, cheki wewe kuja tunaweza kaa. By the time umejipanga unaweza songa. So tuka split rent and stuff. we boys alikuwa Arif, yeah, this guy went to this bedmate of mine, this roommate of mine in the hostels. Simsi ndio naona this is the only nigga I know, and I just broke down. Tulikuwa tunaongea naye for like 3 hours or 4 hours. I broke down. I was crying, telling him like shit that happened in my childhood. I don't even know why I'm saying it, but I just want to say it. And after that whole experience, imagine I didn't buy a food. I wouldn't realize facts. Sijakula for like 2 days. Wow. I was disconnected kabisa from reality. And after tumeongea, it was actually wild. I felt like everybody was watching me or something, because unalia, kila mtu anakuangalia ukilia, unalia. So hata tukiongea, tuliendanga place fulani huko kwa fields karibu na hizo place za kudishi.
Mpaka ngoja
Chafuka karibu na kifua. Yeah, so that's why I broke down manze. Alafu naona tu maniga wako hapo nakuja nakaribia, jaribu kusikiza kenye ulinga anasema. No, but I didn't care. I was there. I don't fucking care. I just want to see my shit. And by the time we finished talking, I felt like the whole school knew me. Like everyone was looking at me, bro.
Well, that's just how you felt.
I don't know.
Labda watakuwa wanakuangalia.
I don't know. So, niliuliza hiyo arifu yangu, what am I going to do right now? And imagine alisema tu end up produce muziki.
Cha mambo mingi.
End up produce. I tell you, that's the importance of having good people in your life, bro. Like after breaking down, dark shit, bro, anakwambia just keep pushing, man.
Yeah.
So hiyo kitu lini mess. I was like, wow, I didn't even believe I just talked. So mi nikatoka. Kwanzia, I knew where I was going. I knew I was going home. So kuna huyu nigga fulani, tulikuwa class moja high school. Alinifuata na niliza rada. I think he just saw me from your commotion yote. Na niliza rada. Mimi niko bumira silike anasema cause yeah, me I feel comfortable now. Unaona your rebel kuna niambia like after shut your rage you can now smile. You know, feel at peace or something. Yeah, so I was starting now to heal. And after umse aniambia produce muziki, I was willing to do it, and I was willing to like just make my life about music production. I mean, kind of home. But it wasn't over. It wasn't over, manzi. Hiyo siku nikaingia manic state. Nilicheza ngoma the whole night. I was just dancing. The room is dirty as fuck. I didn't even notice. Everything is dirty. Because you're a smoker, you understand? Maisha ya smoker ni ngumu.
Si wote.
Maisha ya smoker ni ngumu. Yeah. Because ukiwa in a confined space, it's so hard to maintain cleanliness. You have to be cleaning every day. So me's gonna be clean room for like 2-3 weeks. It's a mess. Yeah, so but nikapo tuna dance, nasikiza mangoma. So hizo, my roommate alikuwa sha notice what was going on with me. Na pia he was a user, but aliacha kutumia because he knew na before alikuwa ameniambia that kuna boys anajua maarifa wake wamechizi like wamechizi. So he knew something was going to happen eventually, but he realized it, and he realized it hizo 3 days like those before nipelekwe outpatient. I think he realized it, and akaniambia nadai kuisha ushago or something. I don't even remember. There was a time I was so disconnected. I knew his name, but nilikuwa namuuliza like unaitwa. Imagine unaishi na mtu alafu anakuuliza unaitwa nani. Yeah, that's so disconnected I was, manze. Mimi nilikuwa nimechizi honestly. Yeah, so after what? After this guy went, aliniambia sijaniishia ushago or something. So alipotea for like 2 days, sikumuona. Hiyo siku after nimetoka shule mimi nikasema si hakuna mtu, mimi hata nijibambe. Kachunisha ngoma. The whole night I was just listening to music, dancing. I'm a bad dancer, but I loved how I was dancing. I think it wasn't now at this point. At this point, sikuwa nimesmoke for like a week or 3 days. I don't remember, but the last time I smoked, nilimaliza a whole bag, like in a sitting. Like nilinunua hii bag ya easy bag, alafu like in a sitting, unaona tu vile unaweza chill the whole day, unaona tu vile mtu amechill kwa keja, bag ikaisha hivyo. After that sikumbuki nikismoke tena. So all this time I'm in a manic state. I'm so happy. Mind you, the depressive state imeisha, nishambi umse shit yangu, nishalia, nishafanya kila kitu. So now I'm in a manic state. I'm happy. I just feel content with everything. And now the following day, I didn't sleep. I tried to sleep, so I was looking for sleep. Niko hivi tu kwa bed. I'm like, why the fuck can't I sleep? Macho zangu zimefunguka. Sija sleep for 3 days, so I'm looking for sleep. Pia sijadishi for like the last time for 3 days, because umse alinulia lunch tukiwa shule. That was the last time nilidish. Sijakunywa maji. I'm dry, my body is dry. So I was dehydrated kabisa. Nikaanza tu kuzurura hiyo mtaa, and the landlord noticed some. Unajua tu ile landlord anaweza notice kijana yuko sawa, anashinda kitoka akikuja, kijana yuko sawa. Usiku amecheza ngoma the whole night, kijana yuko sawa. So nimeonyesha hiyo street drama. Wala hiyo day ningeendelea na hiyo ufala yangu, hata ningepigwa mob, because hiyo ni ufala. This landlord saved my life, manze. Because hiyo jioni alicall masangu, akamwambia kujia kijana wako, your boy is not loyal. So masangu akatoka job. Like now this time, your day, I was back into my depressive state. And nilikuwa tunafanya vitu za ufala, but that happens when I'm in the depressive state. Because depressive state would say you can rage. Unaweza piga mtu nguvu inatoka wapi. That's the depressive state. And it can also happen in the manic stage. Because unaweza kuwa so happy, alafu msee akulete ufala, umtole hiyo rage. So it doesn't matter anytime vitu tu zinaweza lipuka, manze. And I remember your day when I saw my mom, I was like, okay, masangu amekuja. Is there something wrong? After 4 days or 1 week, sent on a chilies. Is there something wrong? Wow. Angalia hivi room inanuka. Now akili inafunguka, you're like bro. Unaona vile mtu anaweza lewa alafu uingie kwa pit. Alafu mahangova zimeisha, unaamka fuck. Unaona zangu ziko na maji. Sasa unaanza kurudi normal. Unajua Savage hata hizi jua ako naked. Savage ajali kako naked. Savage being naked is a list of his concern or her concern. So hapo ndio naanza kurealize, wow, fuck, shit is wrong. And masangu na landlord wanaongea huko downstairs. At this point niko sure wase wengi know, not only the landlord but so many people know that something is not right. And I don't know who knew, but I just knew so many people knew. Because these niggas are not acting right. Like me nilikuwa ule mse, no mama mboga, like siwezi kuwa na deni ya mama mboga, hata nikuwe na 0 siwezi nitamlipa. Like I was just nikiangalia hizo vitu zilifanya ni mess up my shit. It wasn't worth it. Ningeendelea tu na hiyo trajectory ya vitu nilikuwa nafanya, I would probably bado be in school, or I'll probably be in a better place, but I don't know. Because it happened. And masangu wakiwa huko downstairs na landlord. By the time nyumba yangu ilikuwa sijui ni 7th floor ma.
Unapanda hizo stairs zote?
Alafu akukuwa na maji sometimes.
Rongai
ni kubaya. So imagine I had to get some mitungi hapa nizipeleke huko. Alafu maji ikikuja ndio pia haifiki huko 7th floor, lakini natoka huko. So nashuka, unachota maji unapanda.
Tizi.
So that day, after realizing that I was in a mess, nikachukua tu nini moja, my one bucket, nikaanza kuchota maji, and I think I was willing to clean up. I was willing. But my mom was like, Shafika, your point, bro, you need help.
I have to take you to rehab.
Shafika, your point. So my mom is a really prayerful person. And she believed that if she wasn't the one that saved me that day, I would have died or something. Or something bad will just have happened. And because of this, she just hated everybody that I knew. Ule rafiki yako ni Rongai? Hapana tena naye. That happened. And on that day, after realizing that it's not going well, I just had the will to clean up, but I couldn't. I didn't have even the energy. Because in the car you got better, I was like, nimeisha. So Masanga kaniambia tuishie. And I knew what was happening, but I didn't know I was going to rehab. I knew that I was just going. So me, quite time, I think I even asked my mom, kama like tunapanda ndege, like I was delusional kiplani. Jodo siku 3 bado na hallucinate. And I just told my mom, kama tunaenda misirudi. Na sijairudi ya place. Vile nilingi hivi gari, sijairudi hiyo mtaa. So I knew what I had done.
Ujirudi Rongai?
Sijai.
Hey, how many years?
apart from ile sherehe
Sherehe gani?
si ile nilikuwa nakwambia. Apart from hiyo sherehe hata ilikuwa tu like party alafu nilikuwa party kwa msee alafu nikaishia, but nasema ile kuishi like kurudi mtaa, ndio unaanza kusalimia wase wa mtaa, wale wase ulikuwa na hang out nao, wale wase wanaishi hapo maneighbor. I had already integrated myself into that community. But kuna msee nilikuwa naona hapa Mariels anasema hapa kwa hii series anasema sijui ni community ama humans, will always have a set of rules, and once you decide to live by their rules, they will, or you can die by their rules. As in, you decide to live by a community's rules, you will die by their rules. Yeah, so I felt like just done diabolical shit. That's why I told my mom after me started you experience imenichizisha Mr. Rudy hapa tena. And that's what I did. Nikaingia kwa gari. My mom gave me a packet of milk. Brookside.
Ninapenda hiyo maziwa.
Unipenda? Mimi nakunywa Brookside. Nasikia taste funny lakini bado ni tamu. Nilimaliza like 1 liter of milk. Unajua mtu kama zakula, the best thing to give them is watery stuff. Simple food kwanza. Yeah, so nikakunywa maziwa. I started feeling better from that point. Tukaanza kuishia after like Masanga amenipea maziwa, imagine we prayed, alinishika mkono tukaomba. Alafu tukaishia. Now the funny shit is tukishia, I'm seeing like people looking at this. Like unaona kwa rodi. Like wasi wanaangalia hivi like so many people. They're stretching out to see. Ni kama wanajua who's inside there. So I just started crying. Mpaka tukafika home, I cried the whole way. Vile nilifika home, sikuwa na nguo. Because nguo nimevaa pia ni chafu. Rongai nilihama na nguo zangu zote. Nakumbuka nilivaa swimming costume. After kuoga, after kurefresh, I felt so good. Yari, a shower could never feel. Hakuna time nyingine nishai shika maji and it felt as good as that time. I felt like I was born again.
Crazy.
Yeah, after taking a shower, I think nililala or something. Alafu nikaamshwa. And on that night, tulikuwa Mathare. I was still delusional. I was still hallucinating. Sikuwa nimedoze enough. Sikuwa nimepata enough sleep to know that what is happening, or I was actually thinking that I'm not normal. Like, I'll never go back to normal. That was the thing in my head. The only thing in my head. Because the moment umeingia Mathare, nani ajui Mathare?
Nakuwa. Kila mtu anajua Mathare.
Kila mtu anajua Mathare. We all know, or we all speculate what happens there.
Mimi na imaginingi ni watu nywele zao sijui zinakaa nje. Sijui wamebeats. Ni wachafu. But then maybe we are actually...
Unaweza kuwa mchafu Mathare.
Walai.
Hawezi. Daily lazima uoge. Hawezi chafuka Mathare. So, hiyo siku ndio my mom na with my brother's dad, I don't want to call him dad because I already have a dad. So I just call him my brother's dad. And while we were there, there's something they said. My brother's dad said the last time he was there was 1990 something. And my mom said the last time she was there was 2012. And that shit just stuck in my head.
1990, 2012.
Yeah, it's stuck in my head because 1990 something and some 1990 something and 2012 just stuck in my head. Because what were you doing in Mathare?
Then Mathare town, ama?
I came to realize they were actually bringing someone there.
Who? A family member?
A workmate. My mom was bringing a workmate, but I don't know. I don't know what was happening with my brother's dad. So after that stuck in my head. After your process ya kuadmitiwa, but your process ya kuadmitiwa ni hectic. I don't even remember how I got admitted, but tulizobuka. Unaingia hapo unaambiwa enda pale. Enda pale. By the time umepewa hizo dawa, they have to prove you're mad. Yeah. So I was given some medicine to make me sleep and some antidepressants. And that night I slept like a baby. And that was the first time.
What?
That was the first time I was taken to Mathare. It wasn't a good time. Now the second time, hapa nisha relapse. I'm back to my ways. Now I started acting up again. But this time I don't know why I'm acting up. I just have rage. Nikona hasira. Ile, like, why the fuck is shit not happening? Yeah, and that was the beginning of this year. So nilikwambia, like, I started producing my best songs 6 months after I was admitted the first time. I think I lost it. Because I think laptop yangu iliharibika and I lost everything. I just had the things I had posted and backed up. Hizo vitu zingine zote zilipotea. Alafu like I'm looking at the shit I was making and then I'm trying to make something. It's not haifiki. So hiyo shit tu ilini break. Nikaanza kuproduce for like 2 months. Ilini break to like, I knew it broke me, but sijui at the time sikuwa najua that was the reason or that was a contributing factor. Manze, nika go hard on weed. Hadi ilifika point nikaanza na tea. Like nikaanza kunywa tea, nikaanza tu go hard on weed kabisa. And I started acting up. There's a day. Sasa hizi ndio riba tulipeana the last time I was in rehab. Now this time I went to a good rehab. I stayed there for 3 months. This was still this year. So there's a system in every institution. So in this institution, on Thursdays we share like personal stories. Basically how did we get there? So I shared this story of how I relapsed the second time. And I just started acting up. Kuna day nilichukua tu nguo zangu zote nazipanga hapo kwa balcony. Naanza kufua one by one. Sasa hizo Nicolas Coast. Sijui nini mimi na sweet costume. Mimi hupenda sweet costume hata kama siitumii. Yeah. So I just started acting up. My mom saw this. My mom was like, yeah, that nigga's gotta go back. And hiyo usiku, I remember before like zilibust, I was actually just trying to sleep. Because mind you, the thing that makes me go manic, ape shit, is I can't sleep. Like, you can't sleep. Literally, unakaa hivi kwa bed. Unapata kitu ya kufanya, unachangamkia hiyo kitu. Unapata kitu kingine kufanya, unachangamkia. Unashtukia 3 days imepita hujadoze. Alafu kuchachisha, wifi iko. So you're like stuck in some loop. So unasikiza ngoma. Nikichoka na ngoma, like actively listening to music. Macho zangu ziko wide awake. Simu iko hapo kwa masikio. Actively listening. Nikimaliza kusikiza ngoma, I just watch some YouTube reels. And yeah, it was just a cycle. After that, nafanya vitu physical. Nachukua nguo zangu naosha. So I just wanted to release the energy. Talky. Then itafika wapi? Yeah, so that's how I was admitted the second time. Because hiyo usiku, in the process of trying to find sleep, in quotes, I don't know what was in my mind, but I believe I was hallucinating. Hiyo time nilikuwa nimetumia ngwai mob. Like, nile nimeshika bag, smoking blunt after blunt after blunt after. Kuna hata kupumzika. So, after that benda ya kusmoke, kuna hiyo benda ya zinaanza kushuka. Ama kuna hiyo benda ya umesmoke, now you're just super hyper for a long time. So I was like hyper for like a whole day or 2 days. Niko hyper. I'm not high, I'm just hyper. Like, I'm not high, I'm hyper. I just feel I have so much energy that I have to release. And I think I was hallucinating that there was something bad happening in my sister's room. So your sister yangu alikuwa shule, alifunga room yake na lock. Nilienda nikapiga mlango yake tek. And my leg entered, like, unajua ni mlango ambao mguu yangu ilipita na mlango. After nimetoa hivi mguu, I remember the realization I had when I saw my mom. I just had the exact same realization. Something is wrong. And nikashuka tu chini downstairs, and I sat on the stairs and I started crying because I knew I messed up. I knew I messed up big time. It's even worse than the first time because I was messing up at home. Yeah. So I cried and naangalia hivi mguu hata sisikii uchungu, uzuri hata sikutoka damu, but ilikuwa na hizo bruises. And my mom just sat beside me, akanishika mkono tukiingia kwa gari. And imagine a neighbor ndio alitudrive. My mom couldn't drive, bro. It was that deep. My mom couldn't drive. She was just afraid. My son is cheesy. My son is gone mad. My son, you know. And I don't blame anybody else, but she tried looking for help from other people. And I don't blame anybody else for not being there. But luckily enough, I just have this good neighbor, anaitwa Chalo. Imagine alianza kujiavail. And that guy was alinishika mkono hivi. vile tulishuka Mathare alinishika mkono hivi tembea naye Mathare. So inadmit you inpatient because now I was there the first time. I knew these guys won't do shit to me, so watanirudisha tu leo siku. Wapi kumbe naadmitiwa inpatient. The guy after being admitted technically with rehabs there's a procedure of admission. If you're compliant, it will go well. If you're not compliant, it will definitely not go well. Uzuri mimi, I was a bit compliant and it went well. But siniliekwa imali inaitwa isolation. So isolation is somewhere where you go when you bring up your madness. Because there everybody is mad. Ukileta madness yako unafungiwa isolation. Isolation is actually a room like this one. Alafu iko na ka opening. So you're like in a prison by yourself. But pia unaweza ongezewa mtu. Alafu kisumbua sana kuna isolation 2. And sasa it's worse than isolation 1 because isolation 2 inanuka mkojo. It's just messed up.
Nakula.
Isolation 2 is just worse. And believe it or not, within that 1 week, I was able to experience both isolations. There's a time these people just beat me up for no reason. I don't know, really morally bigger, but I just think it happens, you know. It's a sign of strength. Jake, kuna kitu unaweza fanya huku. Yani you are nothing here. Aro uchizi aje, hawezi chizi kutushinda. Because these guys use hard drugs, cocaine, hard drugs. I mean, nimeletwa hapo na ngoa ikindukulu. Yeah, manze. So it happened. That 1 week was a roller coaster. That 1 week was a roller coaster, and I fucking thank God. Actually, the thing that brought me together was school. Because I was still in school. So I had to be discharged and continue with school. But after being discharged, mini nani.
Karudi.
Many nani. So I just went back and difficult point now these people could do nothing else. And that's when I was taken to a good place, which I never knew existed. I never knew good rehabs exist. And after 3 months, though nilitoka hapo nikiwa na like more than 110 kilos. Nilitoka nikiwa mnono. It was big. Nguo zangu zilikuwa zinanitosha.
Unapewa food huko? Unalisha vizuri?
A lot of food.
How's the routine over there?
Okay, this place is called, I'm not advertising it, but it's called Fountains of Hope. This place is expensive as fuck, but the routine is really good.
Aje?
You're free, in short. It's not like Mathare. You have so many things to do. Kuna DSTV. Kwa room, you can't stay more than 3 people. You have your own bed, you have your curtain. Kuna warm shower. Kuna warm shower.
Kuna warm shower?
Kuna warm shower. Lakini ukitaka maji moto wanaweza kuchemshia. There's a canteen.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, there's a canteen you can buy snacks, but they're damn expensive. Yeah, so many good people have actually been to that place. And I've actually met good people through that place. And after Fountain, after those 3 months, that's when I got to learn about the 12 steps. about addiction, about the concept of addiction. And it's not only drugs that I was addicted to, but it was something more than that. Other people told me I have drug-induced psychosis. Nikaambiwa tena nilikuwa na bipolar. The doctors have said so much shit, but what I know from my heart is a human being is a really powerful person, and self-control is the most important thing you can have as a human being. You get me?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I think that's all, man. 50 minutes in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. What do you say?
This is Mathare part 2. And thank you for listening. You can comment below what you think about the episode, what you expect, and see you another time. Bye.
Bye.